Hey there, design enthusiasts! Welcome back to our channel where we dive into the fascinating world of interior design, painting, and decorating, and bring you tips and tricks to transform your space into a haven of harmony and style. And that's especially appropriate for today's video. If you don't know me, I'm your host, James, your fairly knowledgeable but still somewhat approachable YouTube personality. And today we have something truly captivating in store for you. We're diving into the mystical realm of Feng Shui, and really just explore how it impacts interior design and decorating altogether. And be sure to stay tuned because I'm going to give you some very practical, easy to understand tips to help you practice Feng Shui in your home effectively. You may have heard the term Feng Shui thrown around. You might have seen Feng Shui online. But what exactly is it? Well, my friends, Feng Shui is an ancient Chinese practice that focuses on the flow of energy or qi within a space. And by harnessing this energy, which may seem metaphysical, but it actually has a lot of practical implications, we can create a harmonious environment that promotes balance, positivity, and abundance. Now, doesn't that sound awesome? This is going to be a fairly base level explanation of Feng Shui and how it relates to interior design. I am not certified in Feng Shui yet, but I am familiar with it. So why don't we start by diving into the 5 fundamental elements of Feng Shui. And these are actual elements, not just components. We're talking about earth, fire, water, wood, and metal. So we got 3 classic elements and then 2 materials, basically. But these are the 5 elements of Feng Shui in this context. And each of these elements represent different aspects of our lives, and they can be strategically incorporated and utilized into our homes to enhance specific energies. And what's really fun about this is you can use these elements as part of your home's whole theme, but more specifically, you can isolate them in certain areas of your home where you want to incorporate different feels, different energies. I don't think you want every room to really feel the exact same. Otherwise, you just have 10 bedrooms instead of a bedroom, a living room, and a dining room. It's good to differentiate things. So what do these elements really mean? Well, basically, earth is going to be naturally very grounded as an energy, as a feel, and it relates to those autumnal colors we all love. So your browns, your oranges, and your yellows. Fire is kind of obvious to me. It's red, it's passionate, it's very energetic. Any room that you want some fiery passion, then usually red should be incorporated somewhere. The element of water is very free-flowing. It's just ooey gooey, and it's usually equated to, believe it or not, dark grays and more specifically black. So it's not really blue. It's the water that I remember seeing over the banister on my cruise ships that I used to work on at night. You just see vast water, just kind of the waves moving, and it's all black. So that's kind of my visualization there. Metal, like you might expect, is more on the light gray or white side of things, sort of like stainless steel, I guess you could say. And in my mind, it's directly contrasting water's flowy darkness. Metal, on the other hand, is more about rigidity and precision, and it's obviously a lot lighter coloration-wise. And then you have wood, which is definitely my favorite. Gotta love it. This is an element that is all about nature. It relates to growth, vitality, upward motions, all that good stuff. And color-wise, you got some blue, but you also got some green mixed in as well. So, big fan of that. Quick little thought experiment for you right now. Imagine infusing your bedroom with the calming, chill energy of water, all flowy and just, going with the flow, really chill. Or the passion of fire in your living room or your kitchen. I don't know, maybe a playroom. That makes more sense to me. It's all about finding the perfect balance and aligning your space with your goals and, most importantly, your intentions for that space. One way that Feng Shui is described, which I love, is it's a dance between nature and design. So by using these principles, we can create spaces that support our well-being and invite positive energy into our lives. It's about creating a nurturing and uplifting environment that really resonates with who we are. So not only is the goal to make your space optimized just for good vibes, but it's also a reflection of you, because everyone's going to have their own interpretation of what feels good energy-wise or chi-wise. So there's definitely room for interpretation, which I think is very, very fun. But for those of you that don't want interpretation, you just want me to tell you what to do, I got some practical advice for you, no worries. Here are a few quick Feng Shui tips to get you started on your own interior design journey. Number 1 is to declutter your space. This will allow you to move more freely physically, which also means the energy in the space will also flow freely. That's what I mean. There's a connection between the kind of figurative aspect, but also just don't have a ton of stuff lying around that you're gonna have to like climb over, which could just disrupt your flow, right?
Dude, you're harshing my mellow.
Make sure to keep spaces clear and remove any excess furniture and little knickknacks and stuff that can make a room feel really messy and cramped. This also relates to just having good airflow and ventilation. Try and allow air to flow freely through those open spaces of your home as well, so there's no stagnant, stuffy, kind of claustrophobic areas. Number 2 is try and create a emphasis point or a focal point in each room to draw attention and positive attention. Because on the flip side, if you just have a bunch of cool stuff in your room, it can feel a bit chaotic and you're not really sure where to focus, which could sort of clutter your brain a little bit, lead to bad vibes, low quality chi. Try and think of one piece of furniture, or at least one section that becomes the accent, becomes the focal point, because that can really help keep everything very concise. Number 3 is bring in natural light. Open those curtains, open those blinds, and let in plenty of sunlight during the day. Not everyone has a ton of awesome windows, especially if you're in a basement. I only got those little cute ones in the back. You can't really cut a hole in your wall very easily to let in bonus light. But a little trick here is you can utilize mirrors to strategically balance and therefore amplify the light that's in the space. So any areas that are maybe a little dull or dim, get that light bounced all over the space as much as you can. Number 4 is actually a direct beneficiary of all that nice light. It's the plants you should also be incorporating. Plant life, gotta love it. It will bring in a ton of vitality and balance, as long as you take care of them, of course. You can also use natural elements that aren't plants, like wood or wood fibers, stones, rocks, anything that doesn't feel overly manufactured. It's more of a natural sort of feel. That helps as well. Number 5, something that's very related to the channel, pay attention to the color palette that you utilize, both on your walls and in your accessories. Choose hues that really resonate with the desired energy of each room. Each room could have a slightly different feel depending on what you're looking for. So maybe if light blue really relaxes you, that could be a good choice for a chill spot in your home. Like maybe your family room where you just want to zone out, a bedroom, or a bathroom where you have a nice freestanding tub that you can just chill in with your woodwick candle. I may be speaking from experience, maybe.
Indeed.
You got to remember that feng shui is a personal journey, and what works for one may not work for another. What works for me may not work for you. It's all about finding what feels right for you and, of course, your space. So why not take a leap and let the ancient wisdom of feng shui guide you towards a home that nurtures your soul and reflects your unique, awesome style. And hey, if you want to see more inspiring interior design content, be sure to hit that like button for us, subscribe to our channel, and if you're a feng shui expert yourself and you have some stuff to add, please comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Embrace the power of feng shui! That was some weird chi right there.